6, 7 people that are watching are going to be really upset with me right about now. All right, we're live. We have the live stream's up, so we're all good to go. So those of you watching, you can follow us and watch us live on YouTube. Joe, EDGYTIM channel. That's all you got to do. Search it in YouTube, and boom, pull up right there, and you can see Drew in person. You can see Coach Joe. So again, glad to have you aboard. We have a full show this evening. Joe, some big time guests.
Yes, sir.
Besides obviously Drew Mormon, but some big time guests. Yes. George Chart.
Yep.
Little Lockport talk at 6:25. Joe Turk, the first-year head coach of Reed Custer, got his first win.
Yes.
He will join us 6:45. 7:05. Alan Thorson, football club, heading down to on Saturday. Well, we'll call it late afternoonish.
Yes.
We'll talk to him about that. Dan Stakala, Joe, break out the Plainfield East Bengals. They're 2-0.
I'm telling you, they've outscored their opponents. I have it on there like 55-2.
Offensive coordinator Aaron Bailey.
Oh, no wonder.
Plainfield East.
No wonder.
Is he playing?
Maybe
he's playing.
He could be.
No, Joe, I saw them in the summer. Saw them at 7-on-7.
Yeah.
They had a good younger quarterback, and
yep.
So they should be able to score some points. And then, of course, we'll always take your phone calls. If you're watching on YouTube, you can basically drop comments. We can see anything you want to send us, or you want to ask Joe questions. Did Joe teach you hitting? You can send that in as well. We'd love to hear from you. So, sir, glad to have you here.
Yes.
We greatly appreciate your sponsorship, because otherwise our wives, I know, really appreciate your sponsorship.
Yes, they
otherwise,
do.
they got to put up with us even more.
Yes.
I mean, you know this area. You've been in this area. You know sports in this area. And we've preached for years and continue to that you want to get to know a community. It's quite a community you get to know in the high school sports angle.
Oh, yes, it is. I mean, I love it. High school sports is just, it's such a growing period for these young kids. And I'm blessed to be on today. I have George Chart coming on.
Yeah.
Head coach of Lockport, was my defensive coordinator back in 1999. A great man, and was just a huge part of my life when I was at that age. So very happy to be here and very thankful. And just like sports, my team at the office, they're all-stars. Expertise, they're knowledgeable, and it's a face with a name. So anytime you need, just give us a call, 708-799-8020.
There you go. Drop the numbers.
That's right.
And again, State Farm, pretty much synonymous with high school sports in this area. I mean, obviously going back to previous sponsors, and it just seems like that seems to be a real emphasis for State Farm agents, which I think is fantastic.
Yes.
Is it, or is that just something that you've always been attracted to and had a tie to, or is that something that the company in general kind of tries to promote?
I think it's each person to themselves. I love sports. And, I'm sure John Wright loves sports, and anybody else that's there on Friday nights. There's a lot of us that really are passionate about it, because a lot of us played them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, no doubt. Joe?
My question to you, Drew and I are both from Lockport, so we were reminiscent.
River Rats, both of you.
we were reminiscent, and I got a question for you. Did your dad get you involved or talk you into this?
No, he did not. My father, he played at Lockport as well. He played under Don Zimmer back in the day.
There you go.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not going to ask you how old your dad is. I'm sure he's younger than I am, but yeah, I remember Coach Zimmer for sure.
Joe, I'm not saying anything.
Well, I'm 71. Everybody knows that.
I know. But you said you volunteered it. I did not. Just in case I got to go back and watch those HR tapes again. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't want to be harassed.
What is the thing these days? I mean, from my standpoint, it's cost. Auto, everything else continues to go up. I'm sure it's something you have to deal with on a regular basis. Your team probably has to deal with on a regular basis. What are a couple of things that maybe people out there should kind of have an understanding of? And again, everybody wants to pay less. We all get that. But from your standpoint, as an agent standpoint, I know obviously I'm sure you work with your clients to try to work out whatever you can, what's best for them. But what do people, maybe they don't understand about that maybe they need to understand?
Yeah, they would need to contact their agent or call us. First of all, you walk through your coverages. understand what you have, and then you can make any changes that may be needed. The other thing is you have to adapt and take advantage of some of the technology out there. A lot of insurance companies have, we have Drive Safe and Safe, which is a beacon that goes in your vehicle, or you utilize your app, and then that risk is specific to you, and it separates you from the overall risk that may be higher.
I'm sure when that first was introduced, it probably didn't go over as well as it might now. Has it gotten better from your end?
It is. People are getting much better and understanding that they can save, and that's what we're trying to do here.
No, I know Joe's got a story.
Well, it's my insurance guy, by the way.
We got a good story.
When this was introduced, I kind of blew it off, Drew, and stuff like that. And Kevin, I've been in the car a couple times I can talk about him now because he's on his way to Boston right now. We were coming home from a state championship game, and he said, "Well, Joe, you come with me." I go, "Okay." And it started raining as soon as we got out of Champaign. And all of a sudden, I'm looking out the window, and we're on 57. I'm seeing the telephone poles going, boom, boom, boom. I look over to the speedometer. We're doing 95 miles an hour. So I just...
Now, let me clarify. This was not a typical rainy night, because I was driving home in the same thing.
Yeah.
This was late November, rain. Any second could change to snow.
Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah. And so I had a couple of experience with my guy in a car in the passenger seat, so I just closed my eyes. And then a couple of weeks later, he goes, "You should really get this thing." He said, "Joe, even the way I drive, I've got one and it saves me." Well, as soon as he said that, I said, "Sign me up," because there's no way I drive anywhere worse than you do. So I know I'll get some savings, but you're right, it does say both Debbie and I both have it in our cars.
Is it simple? Is it a simple case of, when you have the track or what have you, just slow down? Is that a big part of it?
I think people have that in their head. It's going to be on your conscience when you're driving.
Big Brother's watching.
Big Brother's watching. Yes, sir. So, but it's a very helpful tool.
No doubt. Yeah. Favorite moments, favorite memories of high school sports growing up? Were there teams that you played on, or teams that you just always were?
We had a good team. The year I was there, I think we made it to the quarterfinals. We lost to Naperville North. I was the year behind Tony Pashos. I played with Nick Setta. We had a really good team that year. We ended up losing to Naperville North, but they had two guys. I think Glenn Earl went to Notre Dame. And then the running back, I want to say, went to Colorado School, and then he had 1,000 yards for the Tennessee Titans. Chris Brown or something like that?
Yes, Chris Brown. Yes.
Yeah,
I remember him.
They had a good team. I think we lost by a field goal.
That wasn't Steve Walker years, right? That was before. Yeah, I'm trying to put the guy. I remember Lockport having a good team, and I remember that Naperville North team for sure.
Steve Walker was a little bit after me.
Best high school player you've seen that you remember, going back, whether now, going back to when you were a kid?
We're not going to hold you to it.
No. Got to ask you the tough questions. Come on, you're on Pigskin Preview.
All right. I don't know. I got to stick to my guns. I'm going with my brother, linebacker, Lockport.
Yep.
Okay.
He's a good player.
Okay. Joe, let's hear yours.
I stick with it, Mike Allstott.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. All right.
I told you mine. Mine's not from the area. Mine would be Allstott. Overall, assistant coach for the Chicago Bears now, Antoine Randall.
Yes.
Oh yes.
By far.
Yep. Thornton.
Crazy.
Yep.
Crazy player. I mean, just option, quarterback,
he did
defense, baseball, basketball. Kid did it all. Kid was.
I think he was 97. He would have been.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So some.
Yeah, they Thornton and Lincoln Way Central at the time used to have some unbelievable games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Ironically, earlier this week, I talked to Bill Moselle.
Really?
Longtime coach at Thornton.
Yeah.
He's down in Florida now, helping his son coach. And
good for him.
Yeah, big memories there for sure. All right, we're up against a break, so we're going to step aside and take a break. But Drew's not going to go anywhere, because we're going to bring in our friend, George Chart. Will this be George Chart, or will this be AI George Chart? We will find out in a moment.
You're listening to the Week 3 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk, Sports.
This is State Farm Agent John Wright. I'm a multiple-time winner of the Reader's Choice for one of the best insurance agents in the area. When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect gift for your special someone. It feels real good to make the right insurance decision, too. The John Wright Insurance Agency is right here in Joliet to help you select the right protection at the right price. With me, State Farm Agent John Wright, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call me when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Darcy Chevrolet and Morris presents the 16th annual Jalopy Fest this weekend at the Kendall County Fairgrounds. It's not the usual car show. It's for 1972 and older hot rods and customs. Live rockabilly music, swap meet, pinup contest, and Jalopy dirt drags. Friday night is classic country night with live music. Tickets are $10 on Friday and $15 on Saturday with free parking at the Kendall County Fairgrounds. Route 71 just west of Route 47 in Yorkville. Come out to enjoy the custom car culture and traditional hot rod lifestyle. Go to our Jalopy Fest Facebook page for more information.
1340 WJOL and Darcy Buick GMC are giving you a chance to win a $50 Semino's gift card and some Darcy swag by playing Humming in a Hummer. When you hear the contest being played, text 815-254-7300 with the right answer, and you'll be entered to win. Look for our social post to watch the video. Go on our website, WJOL.com, and click the link to watch the video there, and then text to win. Humming in a Hummer, brought to you by 1340 WJOL and Darcy Buick GMC. Play the game this week.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapor, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapor Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
That leaf pile is 100 feet tall. Your dad can't handle this. Not without the right equipment.
Yard work piling up? Gear up for fall with John Deere. Get $750 off select mowers, $2,000 off select Gator UVs, and $3,000 off select compact tractors.
Did I hear your dad got a John Deere? Yep, bad day to be a leaf pile.
Gear up for fall at an authorized John Deere dealer, now through September 30th. Learn more at johndeere.com/gearupforfall.
General Surgeon Dr. Brian Winkleman has moved to a new office in Shanahan. Patients can see Dr. Winkleman at the Shanahan Healthcare Center of Morris Hospital, located just north of Route 6 and Ames Street. Along with the office move, Dr. Winkleman is performing surgical cases exclusively at Morris Hospital. To schedule an appointment with General Surgeon Dr. Brian Winkleman, call the Shanahan Healthcare Center of Morris Hospital at 815-467-0555.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. This is the Week 3 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk, Sports. EDGYTIM, along with the coach, Joe Rodriguero, Evan Bredesen spinning the dials, and Drew Mormon just hanging out. Might as well just hang out with us. Yep.
We are trying to connect with George Chart. Shockingly,
he's playing hard to get.
He
now.
has a cell phone now that we know.
He's playing hard to get now.
Now, we didn't ask if he knew how to operate the cell phone, but he does have one now. So
he answered. He knows how to do it.
He knows
how to even put it on speaker because I was talking to him this morning.
We will try to connect with him momentarily. In the meantime, our WJOL Game of the Week, I'm being told now, a 6:05 pregame, Friday Night Lights with the one and only Evan Bredesen, the best damn pregame show in the state. 6:05, that kicks off, and then 7 o'clock-ish kickoff at Lockport. We'll talk about that hopefully in a minute. No answer from George. George, if you're out there, give us a call. Check your cell phone. Oh, God help us. 7 o'clock-ish kickoff, home with Flossmoor at Lockport. The boys will be on the call for that one. Joe, the Week 3 WJOL EDGYTIM.com Big 5 poll is, well, kind of Lincoln Way heavy, Joe.
Yeah, kind of. We got Morris at number 5 at 2-0. We got Providence Catholic at number 4. They're 1-1. And then the Lincoln Way schools, Lincoln Way Central is number 3. Lincoln Way West is number 2. and Lincoln Way East is number 1.
And you can find that Big 5 poll every Monday morning with Scott Slocum in the morning. And Joe, do you want to know why Lincoln Way West is number 2 and Lincoln Way Central is number 3? Do you know why?
No.
Because you live closer to Lincoln Way West, so I ranked them higher over Central.
Really?
Just for you, Dad.
I'd have to mark that off when I go over to Lincoln Way West, but I'm a stone's throw from either one of them for sure.
Okay. 815-254-7300 if your name has to be George Chart, or if you just want to call the show, we would love to hear from you. 815-254-7300.
Where's Bob been?
Bob, well, we had guests early last week, so I think that kind of chases a few people away, you know. We personally keep track of all 17 listeners that we have.
We sure
I think we're
do.
the only show that does that. So
health checks.
Joe, last week, what game you end up doing? Oh, hold on, might be George. What did you cover last week?
Lincoln Way Central Province.
Okay. Thoughts on the game? Well,
okay, well, let's get George.
Is that George? We believe we have found and located. Is this AI George Chart or actual George Chart?
I'm trying to figure that out right now.
That's not the only thing, but hey, welcome aboard.
Yes. Playing hard to get now, aren't you? You got a cell phone.
No, you guys, I don't know why you can't get a hold of me. I think you're just trying to, you know, pay me back for all those years of
oh, no.
Having used a dial-up.
Listen,
yeah, that 3 months ago when he stopped using dial-up. Hello, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
My pleasure, as always.
We have a special guest in the studio, Drew Mormon.
Yes.
You might know him.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up, Coach? How are you, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
Doing great. Great to hear from you.
Good to hear you. I didn't know your dad played for Don Zimmer.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
It's Bill Zimmer.
Oh.
I wasn't going to.
I
wasn't going to correct him because he's way bigger than I am.
Coach, you sat there and didn't correct me. You waited for George to do it. He corrected me enough.
Well, George can't because
the supporters are turning over in their grave right now.
And Joe, Drew is an advertiser. I just want to remind you. Okay?
I'm not going to go against our guy here.
No, Drew's awesome. He played corner for us and did a great job, but he didn't make the calls, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think we
couldn't remember the names. Oh.
How's this week gone? Fill us in. I know that was a tough one last Friday, but nothing slows down. You got a good HF team coming to town.
Absolutely. We had to kind of close the book real fast on West and just start, licking our wounds and getting ready for HF. And, so we started watching film right away and, making our corrections and putting a game plan together, which was kind of nice because then it made you take your mind off, the week before. But we had a good week of practice, and, I'm excited about the opportunity to show you guys there what we can put on the field at Lockport. We've got guys like Drew that are proud Porter supporters, and we still want to make these guys proud of their Lockport football heritage in the past, because I think about those guys all the time, the price that they had to pay, and I still have a lot of pride in those teams, and I know they still have a lot of pride in us. And so, we want to put a good product on the field. So we've been working hard this week and see if we can correct those mistakes from last week.
George, we talked earlier today, but a couple questions I have, and for the first 2 games, it seems like Chris Miller's had a pretty good start with 283 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about what he had in the last game last year against HF. He put 5. That was the first game he played running back. Was last year's last game of the year. Yeah, I think he had around 290 yards and 5 touchdowns, and he's just picked up where he left off there. He's been carrying the ball, and he's had not only is he getting the tough yardage, but he's had like a 69-yarder and an 86-yarder. So he's running away from people too. So it's exciting and it's fun to watch a kid like that play.
And your quarterback, Brendan Metcher, not too bad in the stat department over 2 games.
No, he's an exciting player. Things that don't show up in the stats are his little moves and his little how he escapes, for sure sacks. He just has a way of wiggling himself out of trouble, and a very exciting player to watch. And you don't get to see that unless you come watch him live. It doesn't show up in the stat line. A very exciting player. He's another guy that can take it the whole way on any time he has the ball in his hands. So we're excited about him too.
George, I know HF every year, obviously a new coach in Troy McAllister, someone obviously you're familiar with when he was at Sandburg last year. Is there comfort in that at all? Knowing what a guy does? You obviously have 2 weeks worth of tape, so that certainly helps as well. But do you think he got a good handle, or just the fact that he's a new school, it's kind of clear the boards and start over again?
Well, I think so, because if you look at their roster, they're playing a lot of young guys, right. And so there's not that familiarity there of what they had coming back. It's kind of almost like he kind of just cleaned house. He's going to play some guys, but I don't know how true that is. But it kind of appears that way when we're looking at some of the names on the roster. But they're all talented kids. As far as him, he's just a good coach of taking what he has and working with them. I think that's what we all talk about. He's going to use his talent, and he's going to get the ball in the guys' hands that can do things. So, on one hand, yes, there is a comfort in the familiarity, but then in number two, it's like, he knows what he's doing. So it's kind of scary.
Now, I know you have the defensive side of the ball, and you shut out Plainfield North last week, and I know you gave up a delayed touchdown with 11 seconds, but defensively, are you pleased with the way the defense is playing so far?
Well, aside from the loss, yes, the fact that we lost, yes, there's not a whole lot of corrections we got going on. I mean, truly, in this last game, if you were to watch the game, they moved the ball on us in the first half, and we came away with some big plays, but it was 14-14 at halftime, and the second half, our kids really played much better, and they didn't score again until there was 11 seconds. So, and I credit, can't say we played bad in that second half. I got to give credit to the West. They came up with plays. I mean, that quarterback had a heck of a game of scrambling. I thought our secondary played very well coverage-wise, and as a result, that quarterback just took off, a few times, and it just killed us in certain situations. But he was, you got to give credit. And there's a couple of times where he just nailed the ball into good coverage, and they made some good catches. And so hats off to them. I mean, I can't say, we lost that game, because, it's sometimes you got to tip your hat to the opponent and have respect for them and keep working on your end.
How have you seen them come along as a program, George, in your eyes? How have you seen them progress as a program in the last handful of years? Because obviously,
are you talking about West?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, I've been paying attention to them, because I was at North and at West since the beginning. I just think that they're going to be a product of, they're going to be as good as their athletes let them get, because their coaching is never going to falter. Yeah. It's top notch. I've seen there. I've worked with them. I've sat in the meeting rooms with them. They're no nonsense. They know what they're doing. They're going to get the best out of their kids, and when their kids got more to give, they're going to give it. And so that's their limit is how far their kids can carry them, because they're always going to get the best out of their kids.
Joe, I got a trivia question for you. You ready?
For me?
Yep.
Okay.
Who's the last public school to win an 8A title?
Lockport.
You talking to him?
Talking to my boy.
Wow.
Did you know that? Got to do your homework when you're on this show,
George
sir.
seems like he's stunned.
I'm getting up right now. I fell onto my carpeted floor.
So no pressure, but yeah, you're the last one.
You're the last one, kid.
You're the last one.
Well, I think East is going to break that sooner or later, and we're still trying to get that, going, and never say never, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Never know.
No doubt about it.
We got to have Drew come on and give us a rallying talk.
Yeah, but
he already talked to me about that already.
Yeah, we had a little discussion
about that.
Don't make me back up Tony Pasho a week later. Come on.
Well, You can do better than that. You got them.
These kids are all looking at an NFL star. And then, what's the insurance guy doing here, Coach?
Hey, whip out that wallet. You'll be fine.
George, wish you the best of luck tomorrow night.
Go ahead. Before I let them go.
Yes, sir.
Now, what time is your game tomorrow night?
Thank you.
Okay. Why, you going, Joe?
We're covering the game.
He knows it. I think I'll stop
7
by.
o'clock.
I'll stop by.
It's supposed to be 7 o'clock start. The sophomores are supposed to start at 4:45, but there's rumblings that, they might not start till 5 because of the traveling. But we're not supposed to start before 7. Okay. 7's the earliest.
Look, I'm going to St. Rita tomorrow night on a Friday. If I can get there in time for kickoff, HF, you can get to Lockport in time for kickoff.
Joe, you want me to pick you up?
I'll call him. I'll talk to him for him.
What now, George?
You want me to pick you up, Joe?
Sure, if you want. Yeah. Stop
You're
by.
right.
I'll have a water for you, and maybe Debbie will have something to eat for you.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That's a good deal.
Nice.
Hey, did you tell EDGYTIM what you were talking about today?
Oh, boy. Now what?
About what now?
Come on. Your little meetings with him and what you were going to wear, or I should say what you weren't going to wear.
All right, I don't like where this is going.
Oh, you mean the pool story?
Yeah, the pool story, yeah.
No, we haven't discussed that yet.
Oh, boy.
The pool's closed.
Right,
Summer's over, George. I told you. The pool's closed.
I'm sure. Yeah.
The pool's closed.
Okay, George.
Good idea. Good idea.
George, unfortunately, we are just running out of time. I'd love to keep you out all night, but we're going to have to go.
Hey, good to hear about you too, Drew, buddy.
Hey, great hearing from you. I'll see you soon, bud. Good luck.
I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck, George.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, George Chart joining us from Lockport, and
Drew, can you tell he's one of our favorites?
He's special.
He's an awesome guy.
He's
awesome,
special. There's no
awesome
doubt.
guy.
He is.
There is no doubt.
The cell phone's throwing me for a loop, though.
I know.
Yeah, threw
I know.
everybody for a loop.
I know.
Yeah, well.
People made the move out west, and now George has a cell phone. They're pretty even. So, oh well. And the reason I brought up this winning the state title is I remember that year, Joe. Obviously, you remember that year. And George will tell you they had high expectations, but do you think at this point of the year he even know how good that team was going to be? I don't think he did.
No, as a head coach, you football is definitely different than baseball, but I always kind of broke it down in thirds.
Right.
You had your preseason stuff, and then you didn't. I mean, you always worried about the record and how they played, but then you got in the conference, and then once the conference, and you had like maybe 4 or 5 games after. So midway through the conference schedule, you kind of have an idea, and I'd go home and say to Debbie, I go, we've got it. And that it, as an athlete, as a coach, you can't explain it, but you just have it. Yep. And teams that I coached in baseball that I knew were really good, we had it. Maybe we didn't win a state championship, but we definitely had it.
Yeah, it's a weird kind of year so far. Is that the vibe I'm getting?
It is. Yep.
Where you have the quote unquote really powerhouse teams at the very top, but as of right now, I don't even really know how good some of them are.
Yes.
I have doubts already. So we'll see.
Yep.
And one of the reasons I'm going to St. Rita, I want to see Rice for myself and see how good they are.
Yes.
But Joe, everything else is up for grabs.
It is.
It really is.
It is. I mean,
and that's a year. That's the kind of year where a team like a Lockport can build up that momentum and depend upon how it
shakes out,
how the lotto balls fall out of the machine
where
they wind up playing. It could be one of those years. We could see a couple of classes like that
for sure,
where someone sneaks out and makes a run,
do some damage. Yep.
So
for sure.
Certainly that's what we're hoping for. Go through. We got a minute or two here.
Here, let me talk. Can I talk about the Lincoln Way Central?
You do whatever you want.
Because I saw there's a question here.
Yeah, and I appreciate that question. I'm going to put it up on the screen.
He says, how's Tingley doing? Paris, I saw him yesterday. He's had the surgeries already, ankle type stuff.
And that hurts.
Oh,
not just for him, but for the team, because he really, the last couple of years, has been a key player for them in his senior year.
He got hurt at the 8:34 mark of the second quarter, and I know Coach Woodburn, we talked to him last week, talked about that they have to handle adversity. Well, there's not much bigger adversity when you're when your key player goes down, and they responded. But yeah, he had the 70-yard run that he had on the third play of the game, and Dave talked to us about that he increased his speed and his size and stuff. I mean, he outran 3 guys that had angles on him and just outran the angles. And then he had a 45-yard run where the guy took a proper angle and caught him from behind. So he's doing okay. Hasn't started therapy yet. Maybe next week sometime. But he seemed to be in good spirits. Still in a little bit of pain, but doing okay. He'll be fine. Come out. I don't know if he'll be able to play baseball, but I think talking to his dad, maybe start doing some jogging and running by April, and we'll see how that. But a tremendous young man. He is really a nice kid.
Less than a minute. Just takeaways overall. Central.
Very good team. I mean, it was a very physical game. Providence had a chance to go ahead in the middle of the third quarter, but 4 penalties later, they're kicking a 32-yard field goal and missed it. A couple plays later, there was a 65-yard touchdown pass from Woodburn to Andreessen, and that kind of defensively they did real well. The young Andreessen and Cobb were the show after Tingley got hurt. They both picked it up for their team, and that's how they won.
And real quickly, we're talking about teams that could sneak in and maybe make a run this coming year. I think both Lincoln Ways and 7A definitely are worth a lot of people's attention, because that 7A class, Mount Carmel's not there this year. Right. There's some others that you generally would run into, might not run into this year. So that could make things very interesting.
But I was impressed with Lincoln Ways.
Oh, by the way, I hope they both wind up. One of them runs into Batavia and beats the you-know-what out of
Yeah, so do I. After last
those
year.
Clowns.
Yep.
All right, stepping aside, take a break. Don't go anywhere. Yes, I'll call them clowns. Evan, I'll call up Dennis Piron right now and call him a clown. You dress up like McDonald's, guys. What do you expect? All right, week 3, Pigskin Preview. We're just starting to get going here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. You are listening to Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk Sports.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. Understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
This weekend at the Grundy County Speedway, it's the 64th Annual Bettenhausen Memorial 100, presented by Elite Trade Show Services. 9 divisions of racing combined Friday and Saturday night, featuring street stock, pure stock, super cups, Crown Vics, and midgets on Friday. And the Mid-Am Stock Car Series, Midwest Super Cups, Sixers, and Super Late Models for 100 laps on Saturday. Racing begins at 7:30 p.m. Friday and 7 p.m. Saturday. The Grundy County Speedway, Route 47 Morris, GrundySpeedway.com.
Miller Lite presents your Chicago football game day headquarters. Tom Kelly's a new Linux. Catch all of the game day action this Sunday. Chicago travels to Detroit. At Tom Kelly's, you'll find great food specials, including half-order nachos, chili con queso, and bacon jam sliders, along with $4 Miller Lite and Coors tall drafts, and $18 Miller Lite and Coors buckets, plus all the action on 14 flat screens. Tom Kelly's Chop House and Pub, 495 D Grove. Botting Jewel Osco, new Linux. TomKellys.com. Celebrate responsibly.
Grab your clubs and your best golf buddies. It's time to tee up for a toss that matters. Wednesday, September 18th, join us at the beautiful Bolingbrook Golf Club for the Big Brothers Big Sisters golf outing. Thanks to Frank Servignac at Rathburn Servignac & Kozel covering all the expenses, every single dollar raised goes straight to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Will and Grundy counties. Sponsorships are still available too, but spots fill fast. Call 815-730-1977 to choose your sponsorship and register your foursome today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
A part of our community's rich tradition, St. Peter Evangelical Lutheran Church at 310 North Broadway Street in Joliet has been sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ for over 165 years and has the nation's longest-running continuous Sunday morning broadcast beginning in 1926. Reverend David Totsky, pastor of St. Peter's, invites you to join them in worship every Sunday for their divine service in person at 9 a.m. or on their radio broadcast at 11 a.m. here on 1340 WJOL.
Get out, get moving, and join the walk to end Alzheimer's by joining the movement at alz.org/walk. Joliet, your walk is on Saturday, September 20th in downtown Joliet at 127 North Joliet Street, and we'll see you there. Your official home for Joliet and Will County sports is 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back to the Week 3 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM, along with the coach, Joe Rodriguero, Evan Bredesen, spinning the dials, and yes, Drew Mormon has left the building. But we appreciate him,
Yes,
Joe, stopping
for sure.
by and getting to know our latest sponsor, get to know him a little bit better, and we'll have him back in later, a little bit later in the year if he wants. Come on, hang out anytime, not a problem. Before we go out to the phone lines and join our guests, we appreciate everyone watching on YouTube Live, and you have the ability to send us questions, and we try to answer them as best we can. This is more of a recruiting one. Jeff Brook, he says, "Hey guys, I was wondering, nobody talks about Jeremiah Stonewall as being one of the top running backs in the state." Well, Jeff, I have a kind of an answer for you. First of all, I had to reach out to Jeremiah about a week ago and find out where he was playing this year, high school. His Twitter still lists him as Marian Catholic. He's actually playing for Crete Moni this year, which, I'm glad he was able to confirm that. But again, his Twitter shows Marian Catholic. He's still at that school. So Jeff, it's one of those things, and it's a lesson for parents and players out there. You got to market yourself, and if you market yourself, you got to stay on top of that. And you change school, that's kind of a big deal, and a lot of coaches are not really going to be able to find you, quite honestly. So, yeah, I mentioned to Jeremiah that, you might want to get that X page updated and get that new school in there, especially when you start having tape. And, yeah, Jeremiah's a heck of a back. I know he's got some offers already, but I don't know, Jeff. I hope that answers it a little bit for you. Joe, you ready to go out the phone lines?
Yes, sir.
Joining us, the first-year head coach of your Reed Custer Comets. And, Joe, you got that first win.
He sure did.
Joe Turk, welcome aboard.
Thank you, guys. How we doing?
We're doing well. How are you doing? How fun was this week for you?
I'm doing great. It was definitely a little bit of a relief for not only me but the kids too. It's been great. It's been a good week for us, no doubt.
Anything special? They dumped the Gatorade on you? What'd they do?
No, nothing at all besides a couple, maybe a few rowdy Braidwood people in the stands cheering me on. But other than that, no Gatorade, no.
You mean that guy didn't give you a free pork chop sandwich after the game? Come on.
I've heard about him. I didn't have one yet.
They're good. Let me tell you.
Got to get on board with that.
I'm telling you, they're good, Joe. Big win against Harvard, 34-0. Reading the article, and there was actually more articles this week, Edge, that I got a chance to read about the teams in our area. It sounds like Jesse, and I know I'm going to, Trey Southwick is kind of the guy for you, like a dual threat passing and running type guy.
Yeah, he is. He's becoming even better as a thrower. He's working through progressions, and going into this year, we thought his big strength was going to be with his legs and making people miss in space, and he's been doing that for us through 2 weeks. This week he had a 41-yarder touchdown run, so he's about 75% throwing right now the ball, and then he also is he's at about 170 on the ground through 2 games. So he's definitely been taking strides forward.
Good. Joe, I got to imagine just coming off that win, little bit more pep in the step this week at practice? Kids a little bit more fired up than maybe the week before?
Yeah, for sure. We're trying to keep them focused. At times they were almost too fired up, and we had to bring them back down a little bit, making sure we're still working towards week 3, opening up the ice here and making sure they're staying on the same track and continuing to do what we've done the last month, 2 months to get to where we did last week and continue to make that a weekly thing.
So the question I always love to ask is, how often have you caught yourself spitting out a Z-ism so far?
Yeah, it's almost a given, right?
Yep.
From the Z tree. No, I use a couple defensive terms here and there that I've been hearing since I was 15 years old as a freshman there. But sometimes, obviously, for sure. But why not, right? Coming from him. So.
Did we bring over anything like, I don't know, maybe the pregame walk-in from Lincoln Ways? Because I know there's others that have borrowed that tradition. Anything else? Maybe a little something else, something similar that maybe you've brought over?
Yeah, coaches and teachers steal from each other all the time, right?
All the time.
We do have a walkout. I introed the walkout. I think we had to take that over. So a couple things here and there, but obviously I'm trying to do my own thing as well, and a little bit of both, a little bit of mix.
It's, in the game, you had a shutout. Kind of give me some names that really played well on the defensive side of the ball for you, Joe.
Yeah, our returning Mike linebacker, inside linebacker, Jeremy Knutson, he played as a junior. Struggled a little bit week 1. I challenged him quite a bit during practice, and then he responded really well. 11 total tackles, tackle for loss, I think. He had a hurry as well, so he kind of led the way. And then inside up front, we've been kind of doing a nice job on the line of scrimmage, limiting the run game. That's Alex Rodriguez and Dom Alemo, our 2 tackles, are holding the ground in there and making things happen for us, moving the line of scrimmage.
Joe, Streeter this week, you get a home game. What do we need to know? What do your fans need to know about Streeter going into this one?
Yeah, I think it's been kind of saying it a couple of times this week. It's pretty cool that Coach Sloan and I get to go against each other for our first conference game. But they got good energy going on over there. He seems like a energy, motivator, effort type guy. So we know we're going to have our hands full. They're running the old double wing. So our defense needs to make sure we're doing our jobs and doing our responsibilities and making sure that we're flowing to our phases.
Well, I know what's been keeping you up at night. You just answered it as soon as you said they're running double wing. So yeah, that's. How do you approach that? I mean, it's obviously an offense that, honestly, I think at the smaller school level, you're probably going to see a little bit more, especially, well, we're not setting the bar high, but when you get into the playoffs this year, you're going to run into some of those teams down the road. Does it change the prep? Is it more of really digging into that offense, or is it more of just kind of getting your stuff straightened away?
Yeah, it does. Obviously, we're pretty familiar with double wing with Piatone and Wilmington, so double wing isn't vaguely new, but the Streeter does have a little bit of the option. So we definitely need to pay attention to responsibilities, reading keys. Back to my old days of old school Mount Carmel, and then Andrew as of late. For me, it's getting them to understand what it takes and understand their job. Getting our scout team to give it a good enough look is also a challenge for us. I mean, we got guys in there doing a great job, trying their best, but it's definitely a tough thing to grasp over 3 days of scout team. So,
Coach Joe, you got a little experience going up against something like that.
Sure.
How much sleep did you lose getting ready for that offense?
Because we didn't face too many double wing type teams when I was coaching at Joliet Catholic or at Providence. But again, you watch a lot of film. I'm sure you do, to try to find keys and where people go and this play's run when this guy goes here, and it's just a lot of information, and that's why, and you know as good as I do, Joe, it's just disciplined football. It's just don't worry about going across the field. You got to make sure that your guy that might be coming your way doesn't have the ball, and and then attack whoever has the ball. But it's all discipline to keep those guys at bay. And it sounds like you've got two guys in the middle there that on the defensive line that you can create a lot of havoc against a double wing if they get their penetration.
Yeah, I think so. Controlling the one phase, which will be that dive,
right?
Our D tackles, and then we got two returning. Like I said, Jeremy in the middle, and then Hudson Cook was the junior middle linebacker as well last year. So the middle ground is good. We're working on our junior DNs a little younger, but we got to know our phases. So I think we're going to be ready to roll.
All right,
Good.
Tomorrow night, Reed Custer hosting Streeter. And Joe, appreciate your time, and thanks for picking up, and good luck, okay?
Yes, good luck, Joe.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all you do.
Yep. All right, Joe Turk from Reed Custer, former Lincoln Way East Griffin, now head coach out at Reed Custer. Joe, let's go through the area schedule.
All right.
Again, this is one of the top 5 strangest opponent games all year. Gentlemen, Bloom at Coal City.
Well, Bloom is 2-0, but they haven't really played anybody yet.
No.
Scored a lot of points. And Coal City's battle-tested, especially, they gave Richmond Burton to play up there and get beat 24-20. A loss is a loss, and you don't like to have losses. But they'll be ready to play.
And for Coal City's purposes, you're going to get some good playoff points out of Bloom. So,
yep.
You whip their butt, you send them home, and then you hope they win another 2-3 games, which in that conference, minus take your losses to Kankakee and Creed. Otherwise, you're good.
Right.
You'll end up with some points.
Yes.
So we'll see how that works out for the Coalers. But I literally looked 3 times when I saw that on the skeleton. I'm like, wait a minute, Bloom? Really? But then I remember we were talking to Coach Swafford about it in the preseason. So. Joe, another tough one, Providence on the road at Carmel Catholic. The Corsairs coming off, I believe, a 50-point win over Lake Forest. That was one of the scores that really jumped out at me.
Yeah, Carmel Catholic, very, very good. Again, the first 2 games.
No.
Providence.
Evans guy, quarterback, Trey Taylor. Ask Evan about Trey Taylor. He knows everything about Trey Taylor because everyone that's committed to Nebraska knows everything about Trey Taylor.
I know Trey Taylor's high school schedule. I know his cell phone, his parents' cell phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, but a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
Really,
it's a big test for Providence.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how he does because he's looked very good here 2 games into his junior season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. JCA at taking on Fenwick. Of course, Fenwick plays at Triton College. Joe, let's talk Hilltoppers for a minute here. I know we're not going to have a lot of time for calls. I was able to cover Joliet Catholic at Glenbard West. Turned out to be a very good game, which did not surprise me at all. 2 very physical teams going at it. Joe, let's talk Turkey, shall we?
Yes.
Let's talk Hillman. I know we've got a couple of minutes left. They're struggling to run the ball.
Yes.
That's obvious. Okay. I said this to several people on Saturday. The way things are going, that this coaching staff at JCA is working their butt off. They are trying to do everything they can to win games. Lucas Similek, I thought, had a really good game Saturday, played well, threw the ball well. Joe, they were that close to getting that win.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I know, the schedule is brutal. Okay, this will not be an easy game for JCA. Fenwick's pretty good again this year. But this team is going to bite and scrap and battle. Joe, they're going to find some wins. They're going to find some wins.
Yeah, I'm picking them to beat Fenwick. 2 very tough games from the mid-suburban Silver.
You hope you move along, you progress. You hope your line gets a little bit more experience and they get a little more battle-tested. Hopefully you get that running game going a little bit more. But, Joe, I think there's a winning team in there somewhere. I really do.
Yep.
I do.
Yep.
So, again, I wasn't, and let's face it, and I'm sure the JC fans will tell you, they had some calls go against them. The refereeing, I can say it, I won't get fined. I thought was kind of at best. Hang in there, Hilltopper fans, I'm telling you. Hang in there. I know everyone wants to give up the ship, but you can't. It's way too early.
No, way too early.
All right, we're going to step aside and take a break. Don't go anywhere. 7 o'clock hour after ABC News, we will be joined by Alan Thorson from Morris, as well as Dan Stakala with Plainfield East and your phone calls and DMs. This is hour one of the Week 3 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk Sports.
From the Abri Credit Union Studio, this is Will County's News Talk Sports, WJOL, Joliet. Your home for Will County's news, talk, and sports. We're 1340 WJOL. Will County's News Talk Sports, 1340.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Authorities say they've tracked the movements of a suspect wanted for the murder of Charlie Kirk on the campus of Utah Valley University Wednesday. Police releasing the images of the suspect they believe is responsible for the shooting, saying he arrived on campus at 11:52 a.m. and moved to a rooftop. ABC's Matt Gutman has more on the urgent manhunt.
Law enforcement piecing together the clues, a footprint on the roof, and prints they believe are from the shooter's palm and forearm. Investigators searching backyards.
They're looking for someone.
Going house to house.
And law enforcement saying they found a high-powered rifle wrapped in a towel near the site of the shooting. One day after the shooting death of Kirk, President Trump was asked if he's concerned for his own safety.
Not really. I'm really concerned for our country. We have a great country. We have a radical left group of lunatics out there, just absolute lunatics, and we're going to get that problem solved. I'm only concerned for the country.
Reaction from Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, a Democrat whose residence was set on fire.
I think it is dangerous when the president cherry picks which political violence he's going to condemn and which he's going to allow to just simply pass.
All three people on board a Cessna single-engine plane that crashed into Lake Michigan about 12 miles off Milwaukee this afternoon survived. Coast Guard spokesman Jeff Neff.
All three persons are recovered, and then the big thing that we like to point out, they were all wearing life jackets.
The FAA will investigate. First-time unemployment claims soared last week. ABC's Jim Ryan.
First-time applications for jobless benefits had been coasting along at a fairly steady pace all year. But in the week ending September 6th, 263,000 were filed, an increase of 27,000 from the week before. It's the highest level for initial claims since October of 2021.
But that bad economic news sent stocks higher, investors anticipating an aggressive Fed interest rate cut. You're listening to ABC News.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Police in Jefferson County, Colorado say they've identified the person who shot and injured 2 students at Evergreen High School. Police say the 16-year-old suspect died from self-inflicted gunshots. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office spokesperson Jackie Kelly says the shooter may have been espousing a radical ideology.
He was radicalized by some extremist network. Sorry, I wanted to get those right. Some extremist network. And the details of that will be down the road.
A handful of Senate Republicans and Democrats are joining on a measure to punish Moscow for its abduction of Ukrainian children.
It's a bipartisan push to deem Russia a state sponsor of terrorism.
Russia's earned the right to be on this list.
Republican Senator Lindsey Graham says it's because Russia has abducted as many as 20,000 children from Ukraine. Democrat Richard Blumenthal says among them is a 2-year-old girl.
She'll never know her parents or the town where she was born.
The sponsors are urging GOP leadership to put their bill on the Senate floor. There's no telling when or whether that might happen. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
The Federal Trade Commission today announced an inquiry into potential harms to children and teenagers who use their AI chatbots as companions. The The FTC says it sent letters to Google parent Alphabet, Facebook and Instagram parent Meta platforms, ChatGPT maker OpenAI, and others to see what steps the companies have taken to safeguard children and teens. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela. Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything, but while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
This is State Farm Agent John Wright. The smell of football is in the air, and the countdown to lifting championship trophies has begun. My award-winning team and I know the championship feeling, having supported high school football and local community events for over 30 years. If you want to know what it's like to be insured by the right team that is second to none, call me, John Wright, at 815-725-5052. Like a good neighbor, the John Wright team will be there when you need us.
Plug in to powerful savings on rough electrical products at Menards. Zero Wire is American-owned and a leading manufacturer of building wire for residential, commercial, and industrial applications. Save time with Menards' convenient pre-cut lengths of wire and cable in stock and ready to take home today. Menards, and save big on Zero Wire products. Plus, you can visit Menards.com and check out all of our other great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use it directed to keep out of reach of children.
When you think of a school bus, you might think of a kid getting on them while grumpy in the morning. Or think about you getting stuck behind one of their stops again and again. But being on a bus can be fun. Lots of fun. And you can find out firsthand during Morningstar Mission's Culinary Caravan coming up on September 18th. During the Culinary Caravan, you'll hop on a bus and be chauffeured to 3 incredible restaurants in Joliet with something delicious served at each stop. And each ticket is just $75. Plus, your ticket will also be supporting the work of Morningstar Mission. So not only will you be treated like royalty during the Culinary Caravan, you'll make sure someone like Adam feels the same way whenever he walks through our doors, hungry and in need.
My first meal that I had was chicken wings and fries, and it was like gold to me.
Spots are limited for the Morningstar Mission Culinary Caravan, so sign up now. Go to morningstarmission.org.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is hour number 2 of the Week 3 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM, along with the coach, Joe Rodriguero, Evan Bredesen spinning the dials. And we will be here for another hour, so don't go anywhere. Joining us in a couple of minutes here will be Alan Thorson from your Morris Football Club. And Joe?
Yes, sir.
This edition and every edition Pigskin Preview brought to you by our good friends State Farm agents John Wright in Joliet and Drew Mormon with 2 N's in Lamont. Like a good neighbor, Joe?
State Farm is there.
Broadcast schedule is as follows: 6:05 Friday Night Lights with Evan, 7 o'clock-ish kickoff, Homewood Flossmoor at Lockport. Joe, let's go out to the phone line.
All right.
Joined by the head coach of Morris, Alan Thorson. Coach, welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me. It's good to talk football with you guys.
Well,
Yes.
first of all, happy belated birthday.
Appreciate it.
We're going to talk age or no?
Nah.
You're still young. You're still a young guy. So
44.
Oh my God, it's
That was a
over.
long time ago for me, Alan.
Yeah. Well, Joe, me too.
Yep.
So
Yep.
off to a good start, and now here comes Peoria.
Yeah. I mean, we probably couldn't ask for a better start. Obviously, Saw two tough week 1 and week 2 opponents, obviously very contrasting styles. You know, you go from week 1, Wilmington, of just wing tee, ground and pound, to go to Muhammad Seymour, and it was, you know, spread 5 wide, throw the ball all around. So, you know, I feel like we've been tested, and, you know, we've come away 2-0, exactly where we want to be. So, yeah, couldn't ask for anything more than that. And, yeah, this will be our biggest test of the year for sure. I mean, obviously very athletic, on the road, have a pretty big history with them. I mean, just some very close, high-scoring games. So, you know, we're hoping this one's our time.
Are they generally the same offensively? I haven't seen them in a little while, so kind of wondering what they're doing these days.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to run up tempo. They like to run the ball, but they'll still throw it downfield. And I mean, they are very athletic. I mean, this is one of the more athletic teams I've seen in a long time. Huge offensive line. They've had the green kid. He's been on that team, I think, for 8 years.
He's on his 8th year.
I mean, seriously, he's.
Coach? I think the phones are doing their magic again.
Evan, help.
All right, unfortunately, Alan Thorson just dropped off there. We'll get Evan back here in a minute and try to reconnect with him. So, unfortunately, just kind of dropped on the call. So we'll reconnect in a minute. But, yeah, Joe, it's an interesting matchup that, you know, they've run into each other the last handful of years in the playoffs. And as Alan said, they've always been generally high-scoring, pretty close games.
Right. The history of playing them, again, the first 2 times they've actually played them, like you said, Edge, very high-scoring, last-minute stuff, and kind of the same team. You mentioned Green. I still remember that kid. Yeah, Green. Seems like it's been there forever.
All right, Alan Thorson back on the line. Sorry about that, pal.
No problem. No problem.
You mentioned the differences the first 2 weeks. I want to go back to that week 1 game with Wilmington. You know,
atmosphere-wise, how was it?
Yeah, I mean, we heard Slocum was there and just raved about how great it was.
I would say that might have been the biggest crowd we've had since maybe the 05 JCA game.
Wow.
I mean, it was just a huge crowd, great atmosphere. I mean, it really did have a semifinal feel to it. I mean, right before kickoff, I think it was the anthem. I even said something to one of the coaches. I'm like, guys, just look around. This is, I mean, it was everything you'd want in a high school football game. You know, it was, you know, the kids that know each other too. These kids that played youth football against each other. So, I mean, there was some history, you know, and there was some, you know, competitiveness and probably some high emotions on both sides. And, you know, I've got nothing but respect for Coach Reentz and their staff. And we knew it was going to be a tough game. So, I mean, their kids played extremely hard. I thought we did some really good things. I thought we did some really had some poor penalties at some key times that probably kept them in the game. But it was a great atmosphere and a great win against a great program for us.
Is that a 1-year deal or is that a home and home?
It was a 1 year with a possibility of a 2, and I think we both probably will agree to a 2. I think it was great for both communities. So, you know, we'd love to be able to go over there and get a feel for that. I haven't been to that field since I was in high school, so I think it would be great for our kids to be able to go over there and get a game there as well.
So if I play, if I'm Wilmington and I play you. By the way, did anyone break out a lonesome polecat in that game or no?
No, there was not.
Just checking.
Just checking.
I would, if I'm Jeff, I don't start that game till about 8:30. And I like find it like another biker gang to bring more motorcycles before the pregame. I mean, I'm having I'm having a 20-minute procession of motorcycles leading them out to the field.
No, that's the fun of going over there. I think, you know, we've heard a lot about that too, but no, I mean, it was a great game, and again, 2 contrasting styles. You know, we try to go pretty fast, and I think there was a lot of frustration from our offensive coaches just because they were holding the ball, and you know, we prepared for it and we knew it, but they definitely took the wind out of our sails, especially in the third quarter. I think we only ran 3 plays up until the last minute, so it frustrated our guys a little. But again, I thought we did some really good things too. So I was really proud of how our team, you know, especially that last drive to be able to go down the field, and it was a really good 2-minute drill by us, and to be able to punch it in was huge.
All right, last weekend against Muhammad Seymour, 33-14. You talked about that game a little bit. I read an article. It sounds like Chase Batchard had a usually don't talk defense, but when his name was mentioned a few times in the article, he had a great game. It said 3 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, a fumble recovery, but overall, just a great game by him.
Yeah, he's a 3-year starter for us. Kid that's played pretty much every spot on the D-line. We've got him playing more defensive end this year just because it kind of fits us better with some of the other personnel. And he's a kid that's just hit the weights. He's extremely strong, fast, has just good side-to-side movement. And, he's a captain, and he's a force on the defense. I mean, he got after it with 3 sacks. He had a ton of tackles in the Wilmington game. I mean, he probably had 9 on 9 or 10 tackles in that game as well. So he's a name I think you're going to just keep hearing it over and over because he's a really special player. And yeah, that game, our defense, I think we ended up having 5 sacks that game. Bryce Lee had 1. Colin Zierman had another one. Mick Smith had an interception for us. I mean, I think we only gave up 27 rushing yards, if I believe it was right. And, we held them to, I think it was maybe around 130, 140 passing, and they wanted to throw the ball, obviously. So, we're really happy with our defense. The Wilmington game, if you really break down the film, we had a lot of 3-and-outs. We just gave them some penalties on some key third downs that kept drives going, and that's our fault, and we got to be better. But I'm very happy with our defense. Now, obviously, there's a huge test coming Saturday.
Yep, right.
So we're going to really find out if we've improved. But I think the potential for this defense is, we had a good defense last year, and I feel like we're a lot better this year. So, again, we're going to find out, though. That's what Saturday is all about.
How different of a feel is it with this team? I mean, you've got a ton of experience back on this team and guys that have logged a lot of varsity time. Is it just, I guess, maybe a comfort level for you? Is it a little bit easier, knowing that these guys have been through it and are experienced, and if there's issues, they're going to get them corrected?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, go back to the Wilmington fourth quarter when we were down, and, I mean, there was zero panic. And it was almost calming for me. We huddled them up real quick, and, I mean, every guy, before I could even say a word, it was, hey, we got this. We know what to do. We practiced this. And then they just went out and executed it. So, every team's different. Even though there's a lot of guys back from last year, obviously it's a different team. What I like about this team, and it's, we've evolved as an offense over the years and gone more to tempo, but I'm still old school, and I like to run the ball. Yep. And, we've had those receivers last year, so we obviously adapted to that. We wanted to get the ball in their hands. We are running the ball extremely well. I mean, we've had over 300 yards rushing in both week 1 and week 2. And that starts with our offensive line. And, I mean, we've got some big boys back, Brogan Chelzik, Brody Hibner. These guys are returning starters for us. Tamatoa Leal, that was another one another returning starter for us. So we got 3 guys back, and then Aiden Swan and Eric Ramos are the other 2 that filled in this year. Those guys are doing a tremendous job. And our offensive staff, our offensive line coaches have put in a lot of time. And, I think we're seeing the benefits of that. And I feel like if we're having this much success this early running the ball, it's just going to keep improving as the year goes on. And Caden Curran right now, he's about 330 yards rushing. Yeah, I mean, he is a very, very good running back. And I think if he stays healthy, this kid's going to put up some real big numbers this year.
That was going to be my question, as far as the health. And I know with the offensive line, but Curran and Brady have stepped up, and that's the leadership role of those guys with varsity experience and been through the wars and know exactly what to do in order to be successful.
Oh, absolutely. And Brady Varner, just the evolution of his game, where he was at last year, still a very good starter for us, but figuring out the offense, still making some mistakes. We focused a lot more on his passing last year and just kind of running the offense. Don't make big mistakes. This year, he's making a lot of big runs for us. He ran the ball extremely well week 1. Week 2, he had probably a 30-yard touchdown run on a pole. We have a lot of read options in our offense. And
lost him again.
Oh, we lost him again. Well, yeah, that's unfortunate. All right. Well, again, we'll. We only got a minute left, so why we'll text Alan and thank him for joining us.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, folks. Sometimes there's a ghost in the machine. You just don't know what it is, but unfortunately, the phone call just kind of dropped. But
I think Morris is going to get him this year. I really do.
Yeah,
I really do.
It's a good team, and you look at the breakdown. They wind up in 4A, Joe.
Watch out.
It's going to be pretty tough.
I said that a couple weeks ago. If they go 4A, which Seuss kind of said it's looking more and more like that. They're going to be a hard out of 4A. They're going to make some noise at Morris team for sure, with all the senior experience they've got, and Coach, I think Alan deserves to have a state championship game.
Yeah. They've been consistently good, especially the last handful of years.
Yes.
They've been really solid. So we appreciate Alan taking some time and joining us. Unfortunately, like I said, couldn't help it, folks. Phone line just kind of dropped. But you know what? We're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, we will again go out to the phone lines, joined by Dan Stakala, Joe. The Plainfield East Bengals are 2-0. We will break it all down when we return. You're listening to the Week 3 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
It's football season, ladies and gentlemen, and that means game time. Favorite team, you need the right defense. At the Drew Mormon State Farm Agency, located in proudly serving the surrounding areas, we've got your back. From auto, home to life insurance, my team and I will help you make the winning play. And that's saving money while protecting what matters most. So don't wait for the fourth quarter. Switch today. Call the Drew Mormon Agency at 708-799-8020.
Times are tough right now, and no one should go to bed hungry. Hands of Hope of Illinois and the Joliet Hope Center are here to help. The Joliet Hope Center is not a food bank or a food pantry, but offers food and household items at deeply discounted suggested contributions. There's no residency requirements, and it's a private nonprofit 501c3 organization. The Joliet Hope Center is located at 511 Oak Leaf Court in Joliet, right by the post office on McDonough Street. Find out more about the Joliet Hope Center at handsofhope.org.
So you're getting some roof or exterior work done, and you've covered all your bases, right? Even checked out some online reviews. You think you've got everything covered? Well, think again. Not all roofing and siding companies are insured. That's why I can't say enough great things about R.E. Duchesne Construction. They are a licensed and fully bonded exterior contractor serving Will, Grundy, and Kendall counties for over 40 years. I trust them, and I've personally used them.
Hi, I'm Rita Duchesne Hughes. If you look at your home and don't like what you see, or what you have no longer protects your family and largest asset, call us at R.E. Duchesne Construction. R.E. Duchesne has an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating, so you can be confident you need only make one call. Looking to upgrade? R.E. Duchesne offers a full line of roof shingles, gutters, siding, soffit fascia, and windows. These add great value and beauty to your home. Call us at 815-722-2821 for all your home improvement needs. Financing is now available. Check us out on the web at reduchene.com.
And be sure to tell them Scott Slocum sent you.
Stop staring at that junk car in your garage or driveway. Now is the perfect time to get rid of it. Joliet U-Pull-It wants your junk car and will offer you free same-day pickup and the highest price in the area, guaranteed. Plus, they're paying top dollar for your scrap metal. Right now, Joliet U-Pull-It will give you $160 per ton for scrap metal and $215 per ton for complete cars. Imagine having more room in your garage or driveway. Better yet, imagine having more room and more money in your pocket. Joliet U-Pull-It accepts all makes and models. Simply log on to JolietUPullIt.com and click on Sell Us Your Vehicle. Or call 815-723-3011 to get a price immediately for your junk vehicle. Remember, $160 per ton for scrap metal and $215 per ton for complete cars. Plus, Joliet U-Pull-It is one of the area's largest yards to pull used auto parts with no entry fee at Joliet U-Pull-It. For information, go to JolietUPullIt.com.
Your official home for Joliet and Will County sports is 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back to the Week 3 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM, along with the coach Joe Rodriguero and Evan Bredesen. Joe?
Yes, sir.
We finally got a hold of them.
Finally.
Called my friends at the Will County Deputy's office. We pulled them over to the side and handed them a cell phone. And joining us now is the head coach of Plainfield East, Dan Stakala. Dan, I'm kidding, obviously. Welcome aboard.
Hey guys. I know it's been a little bit of a back and forth, but awesome to be able to catch up with you guys.
And by the way, I would not do that to you. I would.
No, but I would call Mr. Freeman though.
Congrats.
Yes, congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Obviously, it's an awesome way to come out to the season, just the start that we've had.
Well, I was telling Joe, and I think I mentioned this to you at the coaches show. I had a chance to see you this summer and doing some 7-on-7. And look, I know it's 7-on-7, so there's only so much you can get. But the one thing that really stood out to me is that I believe it was you had a couple of quarterbacks. Was one a sophomore? Is that your starter?
No, well, he's now an upcoming junior. He's now a junior.
Okay.
Yes.
Looked really good. Moved the ball. Had some really good receivers. And has your offensive coordinator asked for a raise yet, or no?
I try to tell him, hey, the way that our offense has been playing, I think I'm just going to have to start giving you my stipend.
Sorry, Aaron Bailey, I'm trying for you, my friend. I'm trying. But fill us in about the offense and the quarterback play, because it sounds like, obviously you're putting points up and getting the ball all over.
Honestly, one of the big things that we've just done this year is just, honestly just honed in on what we have. So, like you mentioned, we have Brady, but our offensive line's been pretty solid, so we have a great group there. Brought in Coach Keegan Hill, so he's one of our
Keegan. Known him for years. Great guy.
So he's been a great addition, and now with the emergence of David Kroom, who's had two excellent starts, two excellent games to start the season, I think honestly just gives us the ability to kind of control what we want out of the game. So I think just overall, I give credit to everybody that's on the staff right now, just because all the hard work that we put in and all the things that we've done to try to make sure that Plainfield East is a successful team, it doesn't go for granted, with everything that they've done and contributed. So, again, I think just it starts up with that big old line up front, and, those guys have just honestly just kind of paved the way.
Sounds like also in the game against De La Salle, we'll talk about the defense in a little bit, but special teams had a pretty great game last week for you against De La Salle.
Yeah, we had Cam Smith ended up returning a punt return, and we ended up getting a blocked punt right on the goal line, so we ended up scooping and scoring that one. Honestly, just the way that our special teams unit and just everything that's just worked out. I mean, all phases of the game, it seems like everything's just been clicking, so, we just got to keep capitalizing and just, maximize every opportunity.
You obviously things have gone very well. Yeah, I don't think you get asked much. 55 points a game? Yeah. Can't
that was just
much more.
Yeah, the defense has only given up 2 points all year.
So it's going to get harder. The road's going to get tougher. So how do you continue to move forward? Is it a game by game focus to try to keep the kids in line? I mean, how do you keep kind of the nose of the grindstone kind of a deal?
So I think some of the things that we just try to focus in on, and this is something I've just picked up over the last couple of years of my coaching career, is just capitalizing, going 1-0 each day, right? I think just can you win the day, can you win the rep, and then obviously at that point the game will probably come a little bit smoother and easier, because now you're just knowing, all right, I got to win this rep, I got to win this quarter, I got to win the half, win the next half. And I think our team right now, our team dynamic, our team acronym is what's important now. So just using that, I think our kids are really truly buying into it. So seeing the difference of where we started to where we're at, I think just keep honing in on what's important now, and just the standard that we've been living by for the last 9 months. I think we just got to keep pressing that and just understanding hey, one game at a time. We cannot look too far ahead. We cannot look into the past. Just focus on the present.
Well, it's just all confidence. The more you do those things and the kids believe in what you guys are teaching them, and it's just a confidence builder all the way through. Talk about your defense a little bit. Not a bad job last week, or actually for the year so far.
Yeah, so honestly, the way that our defense has been playing, we've been flying around, making plays, honestly just getting sometimes our offense, getting a short field. So it's good, right? Everybody's looking for some of those eye-opening numbers, but our defense has been playing lights out. We've been getting the ball short fields, forcing turnovers, honestly just making a ton of plays, but just honestly that's probably that's our fastest unit right now, and you can see just the way that they're playing. So, good job to them, good job to the coaching staff there. So it's one of those things that we're taking pride in, just, again, all three phases of the game.
What has your adjustment been after 2 games? What can you maybe do a little bit better? Do you kind of game by game, kind of break down your performance a little bit? Talk about that a little bit.
So we do. We just see like what's been working for us, and honestly, what can we do to get better. So I think for us is just, again, adapting to learning how to win, how to maintain that composure, right? I think just the way that this group has faced some adversity the last couple of years, I think now being into a 2-0 start, something that nobody on this team has accomplished while they've been here, just understanding that they're doing a lot of things that's not been expected of them and accomplishing more and more. But the support system that we have within the school, players, and I think just keep working our craft every day. So regardless if it's a play that, we love, just keep working on it, keep understanding that, we got to keep getting overall just being better at football. So it doesn't matter if you're an offensive player, defensive player, just keep getting better. There's so many things that we could still work on, but the adjustments that we make right now, honestly, are just getting ready for the, like you guys said, the conference play. So that's one of the things that we're ready to face. So, just understand it's a long season. Just take it game by game and understand that we have a goal and we want to try to accomplish that.
Fill us in on the program in general, lower levels, number-wise, and how are they doing? So one of the things that we've done now, honestly, you just seen the program grow. I think last year they finished right around the mid-80s, and I think I want to say right now we're right around that 130 range. Nice. So we're fielding a freshman team, a sophomore team, and a varsity team. Obviously, we're looking for more numbers, but just seeing the growth of the program and where it's going, I think we're trending in the right direction. Overall, week 1, we all started off 1-0 last week. There was only 2 games played, so we played almost frost off in a varsity game. We won there, so I think so far the way that the program's just gelling and meshing and seeing that the concepts work that we brought in, I think everybody's having a true buy-in. So it comes down just honestly to the coaching staff believing, installing this new confidence in the players, having them believe that they could achieve whatever we, try to tell them or whatever we want to do. I think we're starting to see it pay off. So honestly, it just comes down to these student athletes that we got and just seeing their work. So it's awesome to see us winning, right? So that's one of the things that we're seeing, but it just comes down to the work that we put in throughout the summer, throughout the off season, and now it's just put it all on show.
And it has to help, Dan. The two games, and I'm gonna just say it on the air, blowouts. More guys get a chance to play and to feel it. So when practice time comes, these guys feel like they've contributed because they've actually played in the game.
Dan?
Evan?
The ghost in the machine got him again. Unfortunately, we lost Dan. Yeah, that's, what, we're gonna have to leave it at that. I don't think we can trust the phones very much anymore. I will text Dan, but Joe, again, real happy for him.
Yes.
First year coach takes over, and
well, considering what last 2 or 3 years, these 2 wins, in my opinion, were huge for them. I don't care who you're playing. It's that you're 2-0 going into the Joliet Central game, where pretty good odds you're going to win that game and go 3-0, and then the fun really starts to get 2 more wins for them to make the playoffs. Yeah. And who would have thought that at the beginning of the year for this young guy?
Yeah, no doubt. And like I said, he's got a good staff over there. We talked about, we talked about Aaron Bailey,
yes,
and definite name in that area for sure. We appreciate Dan joining us. We're not even going to roll dice anymore on the phones. We're just going to leave it. We had a nice talk with Dan. We'll definitely get him back on.
Yes.
By the way, Joe.
Yes, sir.
I might have an athlete in the program over at Plainfield East.
Okay.
Playing football.
Really?
Yes. My niece, Ashlyn, freshman, playing JV flag football for Plainfield East.
Oh, wow. Very good.
You got one of ours in the program, Coach. So you might see me over there one of these days.
Well, Coach, watch out for the O'Hallorans. That's all I can say.
Look out.
Watch out for them.
So we will definitely, we will stay in touch with Dan for sure, and appreciate him joining us. And well, hopefully we'll get these phones straightened out one of these days.
Yes.
All right, let's go through the remainder of the schedule.
All right, you got it.
We mentioned Morris at Peoria again. Should be a really good game. Again, this is a 4:30 kickoff Just kind of how it worked out, Joe. There's multiple games that go on in
figured.
Peoria Stadium. So it's a 4:30 kick on Saturday, by the way. That's a Saturday kickoff for Morris at Peoria. Joe, 2-0-2 teams, two teams and programs you certainly know. Bremen at Lamont.
Yes, and Dan dealt very well at Bremen, Lamont with Willie Hayes. This is where the winning starts for Lamont and Willie.
And this is where the really strong non-conference
without
schedule
a doubt, playing those two good teams.
Dan Stakala, we just had him on. Playfield East 2-0 at Joliet Central 1-1.
Yeah, the odds are that they're going to go 3-0.
And they're in a real good position there.
If they go
really
3-0, they just got to look for two more games if they can
I
get
think
there.
they'll get that, and I think they're in the thick of things for the conference, the way things have gone so far.
Yes.
A little surprising here. Plainfield South 0-2 at Joliet West 0-2.
Yeah, both teams kind of struggle a little bit scoring points. I don't know, for some reason I'm gonna pick Plainfield South.
Okay. Neuqua Valley at Lincoln Way East. Neuqua 1-1. They're lost last week to Minooka. Yeah, East.
Yes.
Who's going to test this team, Joe? Who's going to test East?
Boy, I don't know. I'm again going to see Lockport and
I'd say maybe Sandburg.
Maybe with their new coach. Yeah,
maybe. We'll see. Romeoville 2-0 at Plainfield Central 1-1.
Romeoville's going to go to 3-0.
Look at you stepping out. Love that.
They're my surprise team.
Really good game. Our game of the week. 7 o'clock-ish kickoff. HF at Lockport. Joe, your thought?
I'm picking the Porters here. I really am.
So is the pregame 6-ish or is it 6:05? Yeah, with you, Evan. Yeah, could be 6:30-ish. We don't know. And by the way, if the phones drop when you have me on tomorrow, I'm never calling. I'm never picking up the phone ever again. No pressure.
Oh, I've already sent text messages out. You know how I get.
I know.
People have been already alerted.
People are jumping. People are hopping right now.
People have been told.
The 24-hour help center is under siege right now.
Yeah. Which means maybe by next Tuesday.
The phone company is on their way right now.
Yeah, you know how that goes, Joe.
Sure does.
Well, give us any time between 7:30 and 11 o'clock.
Joe, Streeter at Reed Custer, 1-1 versus 1-1.
Coach gets his second win.
Love that. Absolutely.
Yeah, so do I. I'm
hey, here's a good one. The Tone at 2-0. Our guy, Coach Tully, who I talked to earlier this week, by the way, Joe. I did. I'll get in that in a moment. At Wilmington. This would be a good game.
It should be, but I'm going to go with the Wildcat. It's just
we were talking Piatone football on the Third and Lane podcast.
Wow.
And Mr. Lang had very nice things to say about Coach Tully in the Tone program. So
Tully's a good guy.
Yes, and so is Matt Lang. And
he wanted
to reach out and say thanks for the nice things. So told Tully, no worries, we'll make it up as we go along. Bolingbrook, 1-1 at Oswego, 2-0. Joe Oswego's been on fire.
Yeah,
they're playing really well.
I'm picking Oswego here. Yes.
Oswego is showing flashes of scoring points, which has me a little
throwing the ball.
Yes,
forward pass.
Which if you are in 8A should concern you greatly if Oswego learns how to throw the football because
Air Cooney.
Yeah, never a phrase I never thought I'd say before.
Never.
I didn't know they knew how to throw the ball. Like I didn't know that. Like I thought like when they called a pass play at Oswego, it's just go out, guys, and just like
go out by the Volkswagen and cut back.
Go out and then just like try to get open. And option pitches don't count as passes.
That's right. Yeah. Yes. Come
on, Joe.
Veers don't count as passes. No, it's unbelievable what they've been able to do in just a couple of games.
And they've beaten some good teams. Oswego East 2-0 at Plainfield North 0-2. Our guy Anthony needs a win, but
they're having a hard time scoring points.
Young.
Yeah, they're young on the offense, and Oswego East has put up some good numbers the first two games. I'm going to go with Oswego East here.
Minooka, Kings of the 14 points at Yorkville. Joe, Yorkville, just to inform everyone, Yorkville does not like Minooka at all.
Okay.
These two always play very tight games, Joe. This is a game that makes the locals a little nervous.
But I'm going to pick Minooka here because even though they lost that first game, I think they learned a lot by that game. Having that game in hand and letting it slip away. I'm picking the Minooka football.
I couldn't believe that final. It's like, why does Minooka just score 14 points? It's like they always win like 14 to 12 games all the time. Why? Blow the doors off of somebody, please.
You're allowed to blow them out.
You're allowed to score.
Hey, win's a win.
That's true.
The Stag, 0-2 at Lincoln Way Central, 2-0. Joe, the Stag will go home 0-3.
They sure will. I mean, after Lincoln Way Central is very good, even without Mr. Tingley. They're still a very potent team.
Andrew 1-1, and Adam Lewandowski does a nice job with the Thunderbolts on the road at Lincoln Way West. And again, Joe, probably a pretty tight, close game, but I like West this year.
So do I. I like West to win this game.
And you know what that means if that happens?
2 undefeated teams we're going to be doing next week.
Oh, yeah. Will there be an edgy sign at Lincoln Way West? How about that?
Yeah, that'd be good.
I know you're not coming unless there is.
Pretty much. You know how I operate.
I don't know. 2 has the highest bid.
Pretty much.
You're like game day.
And then Saturday, out at, an away game at Siena Heights. University of St. Francis 0-1 on the road at Siena Heights. It's 11 a.m. kickoff. So
I didn't even see a score for St. in the Herald. I didn't see anything.
I don't know if they had any. You can always go to Fighting St. Francis.
I know. That's I don't go to the IHSA. Well, again, they're not IHSA.
Yeah, they're not going to find anything. Yeah.
But I actually just go to school sites and look at their schedule, trying to navigate through the IHSA thing. The website now is just.
Yeah, I know. You don't like it. We'll get Trohan. You can yell at him.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to step aside.
I feel like a boomer. I felt like a boomer complaining about it on Friday where it was like, hey, old man, you can't figure out your website anymore.
No, I can't.
It's like, oh, no, it's passed me by.
Yeah, Troha, I don't like the website and get off my lawn. All right.
And the clouds.
Those clouds. All right. We're going to step aside, take a break. Don't go anywhere. Someone DM'd us before. Why don't we talk about the Caravan? Let's talk about the Caravan. Don't go anywhere. Right after the commercial break. You're listening to Week 3 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL. Will County's News, Talk Sports.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-230-2777 or biglou.com.
We've all heard that it takes a village to raise a child. When biological parents are unable to raise their children, grandparents and other caring adults often step up to help. Will County Seniors Program, GRG Plus, partners with non-parental adults to access the community services that exist to support them and the children they care for. Children and the kin that raise them deserve a village that cares. Call Will County Seniors now.
You hear that? That's Mike, sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Darcy Chevrolet and Morris presents the 16th annual Jalopy Fest this weekend at the Kendall County Fairgrounds. It's not the usual car show. It's for 1972 and older hot rods and customs. Live rockabilly music, swap meet, pin-up contest, and jalopy dirt drags. Friday night is classic country night with live music. Tickets are $10 on Friday and $15 on Saturday with free parking at the Kendall County Fairgrounds. Route 71 just west of Route 47 in Yorkville. Come out to enjoy the custom car culture and traditional hot rod lifestyle. Go to our Jalopy Fest Facebook page for more information. You have a rumble in your tummy? Jody's Hot Dogs in Joliet is your solution. Not only is Jody's Hot Dogs known for their famous hand-cut fries, but now Jody serves smash burgers too. What's a smash burger? Smash burgers are cooked-to-order Black Angus smashed to perfection quarter-pound burgers. How many patties can you eat? Jody's Hot Dogs and more, 326 Republic Avenue in Joliet. Catering and delivery available. Call 815-729-0251. Online at jodyshotdogs.com. That's jodyshotdogs.com.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. You are listening to the Week 3 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM along with the coach, Joe Rodriguero and Evan Bredesen. This edition and every edition of Pigskin Preview brought to you by our stupendous State Farm agents, Drew Mormon with 2 N's in Lamont and John Wright, just 1 T, in Joliet. Like a good neighbor, Joe?
State Farm is there.
Broadcast schedule is as follows: 6:05 kickoff for Friday Night Lights pregame show, the best damn pregame show in the state. 7-ish kickoff, home at Flossmoor at Lockport. That's our broadcast schedule. Looking forward. I will be at lovely St. Rita tomorrow night as the Mustangs host Brother Rice. So I get a look at 2 of the better teams in the Catholic League, and I know we had one of our viewers on YouTube watching live ask Joe.
Yes.
When are we going to have some caravan discussion?
Okay.
When are we, Joe?
Right now.
We'd love to talk about it, sure. We get Evan back in the room here. We'll try to roll the dice and see if we can get a couple callers in. By the way, do you notice the phone? It seems like it connects and then they're there for a while, but it seems like it's like you with your phone at home where you need to put a quarter in.
Well, we called it Xfinity, and supposedly we got powered up, but I don't know.
Oh, so you were paying for the low power before? Now they're going to give you the high power?
Listen, we got pods all over the house.
Do you really?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I know. I truly wonder if those things even work. Honestly. I really do.
The key will be is I lose you when I sit in the chair in the TV.
It's the funniest thing ever. Joe calls and then the phone kind of clips out. And it's like, Joe, put a quarter in.
Put a quarter in, so I get
put a quarter
get up
in
out of my
phone.
chair and walk into the kitchen, and I get edgy.
Let's roll dice. We'll see if we can take a couple of calls. 815-254-7300. Give us a call. Hopefully the phones will work. We'll be able to put you through. You want to talk caravan? We'll talk caravan with you. Just give us a holler. Or DM us a question. We'll always take that as well. Did we finish the schedule? I we did. Okay. What has been a surprise for you so far? Here's something. I might write about this for Sunday for the Daily Herald. I think we're in a really good place right now with high school football. And here's why. So, in my little world, as you're familiar with, excuse me, I have this dog, and he loves to go for walks. Loves to go for walks. So,
he also loves ice cream.
And ice cream. Yes. Who doesn't, right?
This is true.
So, we go for a walk. We go to Community Park in Shanahan twice a day and walk the track. So I'm always paying attention to what's going on there at night. You always have Chinook Braves up in one end of the field working, and there's always a ton of kids in that program. Across the street from the park is St. Anne. St. Anne has their own grade school football team, pretty good numbers, which is no surprise. Those programs have always drawn pretty well. But what I'm noticing now, Joe, I think a couple of nights a week, there's probably more flag football players out there than there are soccer players.
Wow.
That's been a big change. I haven't seen that up until really this year. So there's 2 or 3 groups out there doing flag football. So you've got that going. You've got the high school level with flag football, which is growing considerably.
Yes.
There's pockets. We talk, Third and Lang, the podcast I do with Matt Lang, small school football. Just go to my website. It's free. We talk about numbers quite a bit because it's smaller enrollments. And there are pockets where, there's diminishing populations and what have you. It's impacting numbers. But, Joe, I think overall we're doing pretty good.
I think the numbers that Well, for the first 3 weeks, getting rosters from coaches and stuff like that, the numbers are a lot higher.
Yeah.
Like getting George's roster from Lockport, they have a ton of players. And that's a good sign that it keeps going like that.
And again, it's when I think back and, I remember all the concussion stuff and how that took a big number of kids away. A lot of parents pulled kids because of that. And then the pandemic.
Yes. That was a killer. Yep.
But I think we're bouncing back kind of nicely.
I think.
If you got thoughts on this, 815-254-7300. I'm going to ask my friend Devin when he gets back in here about that.
Well, I'm going to say, as far
but
as
it's things that I hadn't seen before from the younger level, that I think is really encouraging.
Well, I know as far as New Lenox is concerned, my grandson loves football. Plays tackle football in the Warrior. It's the New Lenox Youth Football Organization. So they have the Knights on one side of the town and the Warriors on the other one. And it seems like the numbers are very good. I know he's a super lightweight, and the numbers are good there. They have basically two teams there, and I can see the older, whether it's lightweights or whatever, those numbers are growing throughout New Lenox.
Yeah, I think it's encouraging. Evan, thoughts?
So I have a theory about this.
Okay.
And my theory is we know where football was headed in terms of numbers and participation.
Yeah, not good.
And concern over health and safety. And we know that there's been a lot done at a lot of levels to educate people about that and to try to improve safety. I think one of the best things to happen to youth sports in general, but football in particular, was COVID. And because parents saw firsthand the effects of
not playing.
What happens if young people are not involved in extracurricular activities. They saw the negatives firsthand, rather than just it being maybe something that was a presence in their home. Because of how COVID worked and because your interactions with your family changed, you saw firsthand what was happening to your child. My brother will tell you he saw it firsthand in his son. His son's playing football for the first time, and he will cite that as a reason why. We saw what happened when he was isolated. He got addicted to screens. He got addicted to antisocial behavior, and it's a matter now of not just sports. He's participating in it just so he can hang out with his buddies. Because he just wants to be around his friends all the time.
Yeah.
Because of that fear of going back to whatever, that was. I think COVID did more to help bolster youth sports participation than ever could have been done with any amount of money or any PR campaign from any professional sports league.
Start throwing the kids out the door and say, go participate in something.
You know what, Joe? It reminds me when we were kids and my mother would try to punish us for something. Because God knows, Joe, we weren't perfect kids.
Me neither.
Get out of the house.
Yeah.
I don't want you here.
And it would last about a half hour, and she'd just look at us and say, just go. Get out of the house.
Oh, no, you want us to leave for the rest of the day and not check in with you? Oh, that sounds terrible.
But to me, it's an encouraging sign. And you talk about you want to give credit somewhere. You're not going to like this, but I got to put it out there. You see the growth, and you see girls flag football.
Yes.
Taylor Swift has brought a lot of young females, fans, to football. Now, I don't know how long it's going to last, but they're pretty considerable numbers, guys, like it or not.
You retain 10% of that when all of this dies down and you come out ahead.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So what I want to do, and I've got to talk to some people, but I might spend a week and just cover a team. Girls flag football team just for a week.
That would be fascinating.
And just see how that goes and talk to the girls a little bit and see, okay, well, what got you into this and why are you doing this? And I haven't really seen much.
Well,
And he's going to be out there installing the run and shoot. He's going to do that.
Polecat.
Out there.
5Y.
Polecat, baby.
Yeah, air auto. He's going to have shotgun 5Y. All right, here's how we do it.
Just how the
I can
center's
call him right now. So.
With the quarter.
You know he's got the place somewhere tucked away. He's like, you need an edge? I got it for you.
I bet he does.
Being in high school, teaching high school for a long time, getting homecoming powder puff games. Okay?
Yeah.
The girls absolutely love it.
I got a good powder puff story for you.
Well, Well, I could tell you the story about my daughter.
Me too.
The seniors, of course, win all the time.
No, not necessarily.
Until my daughter's junior year, and I'm standing down at one end of Providence, assistant AD, and I'm by myself, and I don't want to talk to any. I'm just back down there because Seth told me, Rod, you got it. I go, okay. So the juniors are driving, and time's running out, and they're down by like 3 points or whatever it was. Well, my daughter took a swing pass out of the backfield, stiffed arm a couple girls, and then she literally ran over a girl at the 5-yard line.
I love her.
She scored a touchdown. All heck broke loose. Coach Rod just walked right to his car. I don't want any part of this. I'm going home.
You'll get in scuffs with defensive and offensive linemen. You'll get between coaches. But when it came to powder puff, Coach Rod, that was your line. That's when you knew, hey, I've got limitations, all right?
I've escorted referees off of a field when everybody is want to get a hold of them, and I've escorted. I wanted no part of that powder puff melee after that game. No way.
My daughter's biggest disappointment through her high school years and career was that she ended up getting a Jones break in one of her feet, and she couldn't play in the powder puff game.
Yeah, I know.
Seriously. Like, she was that geeked up. And she played softball for like 10 years. I mean, she was a pretty good player, pretty good athlete. Yeah, powder puff.
I know
my senior year, though.
I know my senior year at Joliet Catholic, they actually had to stop the game at one point and bring the teams together.
Yeah.
They had to be told, you guys got to knock this off, because it was literally getting to the point where, like, at the end of every play, there was some type of scuffle. And it was finally just like, all right, this is out of control.
And I was kind of crazy my first 10 years at Providence. Kids would ask me if they would start intramural football, so I did. I did 1 year. And then the girls found out about it. They were upset with me. And so the next year, there were 4 girls teams. And I had to break up more fights in the girls games than I did with the boys games.
Oh, yeah. Girls slow down. I mean, that's all pent up frustration and anger. And, But, again, you're providing a sport, a healthy outlet for all that stuff. And I think it's fantastic. I really do. I think it's going to create a generation of football fans.
Yes.
Guys, these kids these days, you have a hard enough time socializing and meeting people of the opposite sex. Guess what? Here's one more thing you might have in common with everyone. You both can talk football.
Well, and I think eventually, maybe not in our lifetime or my lifetime, you're going to see it at the collegiate level. Play football. I mean, they have
scholarship.
They have bass fishing, so why not girls play football?
No, you have sprint football already in college.
You're already seeing it, and there's actually a push among college coaches, and obviously because of some of my other jobs, Matt Rule at Nebraska has actually been one of the people who has been heavily pushing it within the state. They actually just held their first ever girls-only Matt Rule football camp, where it was all the Nebraska coaches and players, but only girls could participate, and it ended up being a massive success. The sports, like flag football, has exploded in
Nebraska.
State. I know, but flag football has exploded in that state, and you're seeing it in other states too, where flag football is becoming. It's no longer an intramural activity, or it's no longer. It is a sanctioned sport. They're going to have state championships, and it's. I mean, universities are talking about it. There's already been talk about what would the NIL implications be for something like that? I mean, it's unbelievable how fast this thing has exploded.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Joe, old trend alert.
Yes. I'm glad you're listening, Rita. I miss you guys, seeing you guys at Providence. Of course, our grandkids are getting older and going to regular school now, but I do miss seeing you guys and talking to you guys over at Providence during our preschool days.
Rita, one of our longtime watchers, listeners, and we always know she's out there, but always good to hear from her.
Yes, it is. I'm glad everything's going okay. Hopefully.
All right, I think it's going to do it. We got about a minute left. Again, game of the week is going to be Homewood Flossmoor at Lockport, 7-ish kickoff.
Yep.
So just hang around. Get here at 7. Hang around.
Well, I'm going to be there I'm going to watch
the sophomore. Dewey will keep you all very entertained leading up to kickoff. So tune in and listen. I will be at St. Rita for Brother Rice St. Rita. And then Saturday, Joe, I got Mike coming in with my daughter-in-law, so
I'll be out. I'll
game.
be out and about too, but no football for me.
Yep.
Except later on watching football.
All right, for the coach, EDGYTIM here. For the coach, Joe Rodriguero, Evan Bredesen, thanks for listening and watching, everyone. We'll be back next week. You've listened to the Week 3 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. Good night, everybody.
From the Abri Credit Union Studio, this is Will County's